Beyond every illusion lies a deeper truth. Welcome to Beyond the Illusion with the R-TisT-O. Welcome to episode 2. Thank you for listening. This is Before YouTube Magic, episode 2. In 1921, a magician named Lavelma wrote, "Always make it a point to surround your act with mystery. Leave them guessing." That quote comes from a 1921 book called Lavelma's Vaudeville Budget. Vaudeville, if I'm pronouncing it right, was a form of live variety entertainment from the late 1800s and early 1900s, featuring magicians, comedians, singers, dancers, and other stage performers. In some ways, it reminds me of the live acts at the Circus hotels in Las Vegas or Reno, where every hour a different show would take the stage, sometimes even a magician. With that in mind, over 100 years later, the internet did the opposite. Before YouTube, learning magic felt completely different. Back then, there were no teachings instantly waiting online, no social media clips exposing secrets in seconds. If you wanted to learn illusions or magic tricks, you had to search for it. You had to go to bookstores, libraries, magic shops. And if you're getting any magazines such as Magic or Genie, or there's a couple other ones that I have forgotten the name, but in those magazines there were always advertisements that you had to order and get it, a mail order. Or maybe if you were lucky, you got invited to a birthday party where a magician was performing. If they were nice enough, they can share some ideas with you. And honestly, the search made magic feel more valuable. Back then, even discovering one small secret felt exciting. You might spend weeks practicing a single move, rewinding a VHS tape over and over again, trying to understand what your eyes missed. And the funny thing is, sometimes learning the trick was harder than performing it, because magicians protected secrets very seriously. Not everyone wanted to teach you. You had to earn knowledge slowly. I still remember my first magic VHS tape, the Self Levitation tape by Michael Maxwell and Paul Harris. Honestly, I was a little disappointed. Like many beginners back then, I expected something much more impossible, and that was part of learning magic in those days. Sometimes the advertisement looked more magical than the actual method. I remember ordering another illusion from one of the ads, some strange little metal gimmick you place inside your shoes. The idea was to make it look like both feet were floating. You were levitating, while one foot secretly bent backwards, hiding the method. In front of you, you held your jacket to cover your legs. The only thing was shown was your feet, the shoes that you were wearing. And basically, it looked like both feet were raising up. You were levitating. At least that's how I remember it. That was like over 20 years ago, 25 years ago. But the VHS tape that truly changed things for me was Jeff McBride's card manipulation series. That tape fascinated me, and the skill, the movements, the elegance of the cards. I practiced constantly until eventually I realized something. My hands were probably too small for serious card manipulation. That's one thing you have to also understand, is that certain tricks need certain hands. There's a lot of guys on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. They do card manipulation, and I noticed their hands are thinner, bigger, and of course makes the trick for them easier. But if you see a kid pull up a regular sized deck of cards trying to do card manipulation, or any adult, even an adult with smaller hands, it's going to be very tough. They may pull it, but it's going to be a lot of work and a lot of bruises, a lot of cuts. So eventually, I traded my McBride tape to a friend I met at a magic shop, and if I remember correctly, I traded it for a the trick called Scotch and Soda. Back then, Scotch and Soda was pretty expensive as well, but very powerful. And honestly, that was part of the fun of old magic culture too. Trading tricks, sharing ideas, meeting other magicians in person. I don't know if you've ever done that, but I like going to the magic stores and meeting new people. You can always tell someone who is a magician and bought more tricks before and understands tricks. So trading with them was kind of fun. Everything felt more connected back then. It felt more mysterious back then because knowledge wasn't instant. Wonder required patience. One thing younger magicians today may never fully experience is waiting for magic. Back then, you couldn't instantly click a video and learn everything in 5 minutes. If you ordered a trick, you waited days, sometimes weeks, and honestly, that waiting made the experience feel exciting. You would constantly check the mailbox, wondering if your package finally arrived. There was no tracking, no internet to see exactly where the driver was, for example, what Amazon has doing right now. And when it did arrive, it felt important. Opening the box, reading instructions if there was a VHS involved, watching the VHS tape for the first time. And of course, not everything was VHS. Eventually, DVDs came out, and now you can download any video that's involved with a trick or an illusion right there on your computer. But that moment felt like discovering a hidden world. I remember replaying certain tapes over and over again, trying to understand tiny movements, pausing, rewinding, practicing. And honestly, sometimes learning one trick took really patience, real patience. Not because the method was impossible, but because you had to dedicate time understanding it. One thing younger people today probably will never understand was the VHS tracking problems. Oh my God. If you recorded a magic special from television onto a VHS tape, yes, you were allowed to do that back then, or bought an instructional magic cassette, sometimes the tracking would go completely bad. The screen would roll, static lines everywhere, the picture jumping up and down. And then you were constantly adjusting the tracking button, trying to fix the image. If someone never lived through the VHS era, they probably have no idea what I'm talking about. And honestly, I still own a VSR today because I transfer old videos. But that is definitely one thing I do not miss. Not only was the trick already difficult to learn, sometimes you could barely even see it because the tracking was so bad. Another thing about VHS tapes were that if you don't, because it's film, it's not digital, it's film, it's an actual strip of film. And if you don't continue playing that over and over, eventually they stick together and they don't play anymore. That's a big problem. That's why those old tricks stay so memorable, because you went through so much patience. Because back then, wonder required patience. Learning magic before YouTube required something many people are no longer used to today: patience. Back then, You couldn't slow a video down instantly on your phone. You couldn't search for secrets in seconds. If you wanted to learn a move, you replayed the same VHS tape over and over again. Pause, rewind, play, pause again. You would read the instructions repeatedly, trying to picture how the illusion actually worked. And honestly, sometimes you still miss the move completely. Uh, Nowadays, man, you see a new illusion, new trick, and you watch it on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok that they basically the algorithm will pick up what you watched, and the next thing you know, uh, there will be like 10 other people trying to do the same trick, and the next thing you know, there's a person already trying to reveal the secret and teach you how to do it. In a way, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I don't understand why people get so excited to reveal a secret so fast. I know it's all because of getting uh, numbers, how many people watch your video, how many likes you get, how many comments you get, but that's not the point, man. The point is you saw a magic trick and that amazed you, and that's it. Leave it at that. There's no need for you to search for the secret how it's done. That's amazing. Now if you go online and look up a magic trick and you see a magic trick and read the comments, how many people try to already explain how the magic trick worked, and the next you move up and the next video shows somebody already trying to show you how it's done and the secret. The question is, okay, so now what is the point? What's the point of you revealing the secret of a trick? You saw it, you got amazed, leave it alone. That's what I think. I think you should just leave it alone. Back to VHS, the tracking and all that. Strongly, the struggle became part of the experience, because when you finally learned the illusion, it felt earned, because you went through so much trouble. And that's why back then a magic trick secrets were so protected. They were so magicians, they did not want to reveal it. I honestly believe this that since the early 1990s, I think I recorded almost every David Copperfield special and magic show that aired on television onto my VHS tapes. I transferred them over digital. I don't have the VHS tape now because, of course, man, there was so many space. You got to worry about space. Now it's all on my computer. My favorites were World's Greatest Magic and Champions of Magic. And I replayed them over and over again. Back then, that was one of the only ways to revisit magic whenever you wanted. Today, everything streams instantly, but there was something special about recording shows yourself onto a VSR. Waiting for the program to air, making sure the tape was ready. You have the right size of the tape, 60 minutes. I think there was 120 minutes. Trying not to miss the beginning of the shows. Should you record the whole thing, don't touch it, let the commercials go through, or stop it and then record it after the commercials. Yes, even the commercials are kind of annoying sometimes. And then later, watching some performance again and again felt good. Honestly, that becomes part of the magic experience itself. I would replay illusions repeatedly, trying to understand them, trying to feel that the wonder again. And the funny thing is, I actually wrote about this exact memory in my book, Elliot, the Magician, because those really were good old days, a time when mystery still felt rare. That's why magic felt more valuable back then, because every secret required effort. and every illusion required patience. Maybe old magic understood something better than modern internet culture. Um, Not everything needs to be exposed. Not everything needs an explanation, because sometimes the mystery is the experience itself. And as La Velma's vaudeville budget reminded readers back in 1921, there are more wonderful things in life than that which you know. Thank you for listening, and keep wondering. This is Beyond the Illusion with the R-TisT-O. And remember, long after the illusion fades, what remains is the legacy we leave behind. Create your legacy.